Today's show is also brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, green juice, solves the problem of juicing your greens on the go. Just add it to water, to drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com to learn more about an exciting offer for all our Secrets to Success podcast listeners.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ. Joined as always by the Bayesian, who's about to be even more Bayesian sensation.
All the
Mr.
way.
Carl Wesley Phillips.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Are you in Barbados yet? Or you leave? When do you leave?
Not yet. In about, what is this? About 12 hours. No, I lied. 24 hours from now, we should be on our flight.
Well, and so next week, we'll have to call you the Super Bayesian sensation.
Yes, sir.
And also Dr. Thomas in a hotel lobby. I'm sure in some hotel I've never heard of. Where are you, Dr. Thomas?
I only stay in the hotels where we do conferences. So he's putting on, y'all. I'm in the Omni.
Oh, I promise you we never did a conference at the Ritz-Carlton. That's another speaker you talking about. We definitely not at the Ritz.
I was on vacation. I'm working now, so I'm at the Omni.
Oh, you're at the Omni. Okay, I heard of that one. At least I heard of that one. And then we have our esteemed colleague, the fourth amigo, Mr. Josh Hatch. Your presence was specifically requested today by Dr. Thomas. I'm not sure. He must have called on that one. Am I tripping, or does he have the worst text message etiquette ever? And I might have said this already, but I just felt the need to say it again because I text you something last night. I asked you a question. Don't say it right now on the thing because I don't want you to say it. But I literally asked him a question and he sent me back 2 sentences that literally couldn't have anything less to do with what I asked him if it tried. I was like, what? He gave me a name of a person. I'm like, okay, that makes no sense. Then this morning I said, this was just 2 seconds ago. I said, Josh is jumping on too. For those of you who don't know, we usually do when me, Carl, and E, just the regular crew is on, we just do a 3-way call. I'll call E, he'll call Carl, boom, we in. But Josh was jumping on, so I was like, by the time you do all that, it get kind of confusing. So I was like, I said, Josh is jumping on too. Should we use a conference line? He says, I believe Just is getting on. LOL. I said, huh? Should be Josh, not Just. I was like, I'm still okay, I just said Josh was getting on. Why are you telling me Josh is getting on?
So if you look at the text.
And then about 10 minutes later, he says, I was about to ask if we needed a conference number, but you beat me to the punch. I'm like, E, what are you looking at, bro? I don't understand it, bro. We have to do something about your text etiquette.
Yeah, so when you hit me, if you look at the timeline, we text at the exact same time. And I was just about to ask, was Josh getting on? Do we need a conference call? But your sentence was complete. So I was like, oh, well, cool. CJ asked it. Oh, but I'm definitely cryptic, bro. I'm not going to lie and say for the average human.
Oh, it's awful.
Understand.
I mean, me and Jalen talk about it daily. Yeah. I was like, sometimes I'll be like, do you know what he just said? You'll just randomly text the most random thing. It's spelled wrong. It's in 2 different languages. I'm like, Lord.
It's almost a company joke. I'm talking about I will have staff members call me and try to decode your text. Tamisha will be like, he just texted me. Have any idea what it's saying? You've been working with it the longest. What is he saying right now? And I promise you, see, it's funny, but most times I'm like, that's what he's trying to say right there. We figured out the code now.
For sure.
And I always say.
Yeah, most times I can get it.
Yeah, I always say I'm going to text you because if you don't understand it, at least you'll call me and tell me you don't understand it because if I don't text right then, I promise you I'm not going to remember tomorrow what you said, but if I at least put it down, you like, E, I didn't understand you. I'm like, good. I can tell you exactly what I meant, but y'all know my mind. I get about 100 things going. Carl will call me like, E, you called me 10 minutes ago. What you want? I'm like, man, Carl, I apologize. You didn't call me within the 10.
No idea.
I have no idea what I was about to tell you. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, we'll continue to work on that. I'll continue to Morse code decipher your text.
That's right.
And we'll move on. In breaking news, the Patriots are going back to the Super Bowl. I don't know if anybody saw that, but I was pretty much devastated. I'm sorry. I got respect for them, but just can't. Like, can somebody else please win?
Yeah, it's like Alabama.
Like, no, but it's, you know what I told Carl? It's worse than Alabama, because at Alabama, you can recruit as many good players as you possibly can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's set up so you can have like a long reign of supremacy with like a good coach. You can recruit, you know, high players all the time. There's no limit to the amount of like 5-star recruits you can get. You have to understand something. The NFL is set up for parity. Like, it's set up so that the Patriots have the last pick every year. Like, it's set up so free agency, you can't just put all the great players on your team like the Yankees used to do back in the day. Like, okay, give us the top 10 best players in the league and put them on our team. The NFL is literally set up so that you have different teams winning all the time. Yet the Patriots still, every single year, are going back to the Super Bowl. And I thought about it yesterday. I thought about our conversation with James Harrison. I guess I should shut up because the Steelers ain't going to the Super Bowl. And now my man about to go get him another Super Bowl and got a sack, I think, or 2 maybe, yesterday. And I'm just like, yo, I respect it. The system is incredible. But I guess it holds true to our long-standing conversation that winners win. So I don't know if y'all saw Tom Brady, and before we jump into our session today, if anybody wanted to speak on the dynasty that is the Patriots that still shows no signs of slowing down.
And Gronkowski got hurt.
Oh, yeah, and Gronk got hurt again.
When Belichick was handed the AFC Championship trophy, he held it for maybe 1 second. He just passed it. Kraft handed it to him, he handed it to someone else, he just walked off.
Seconds. Gave it away. Yeah, like, here, take this. Yeah, take this.
Oh, the AFC Championship boys is like Cracker Jack prizes to Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he didn't even look at it. He didn't even look at it.
Wow, it's insane, man. And you look at it for real, and it's what we talked about. If you can get with a good system, a cohesive system, and people that win, like, yo, it's crazy what it can do. But I will say this. Shout out to my Lions, who last year hired somebody from the Patriots to be our general manager. Now we're still in their defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia. He's going to become our head coach. I'm down to just bring the whole organization over. You know what I'm saying? Can we just swap names? Like, for real. We'll take the Patriots, y'all take the Lions, see what y'all can do with that.
Hey, random question, though, not to mess that up, but your boy that was our coach before, what's his name, Schwartz, with the Eagles, right?
Yep.
So I had some questions on that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, how he go to the Eagles and making an impact over there?
Yeah. Well, it's what we talked about, man. Being in the right system and being in the wrong system. You know, there's people out there for real. You're losing, and it's not your talent. It's not your gift. It is you're in the wrong system. You're around the wrong people, and you know sometimes that just doesn't work out. Anyway, he had some.
Can you elaborate on that, though?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Can you just elaborate on that, though? No, I'm saying you. Like, can you elaborate on that? Because there's some people
yeah, no, I mean, and we talked about it before, but you take somebody who, you know, was with the Lions, Kyle Van Noy, or linebacker for the Lions, and I won't get too technical, but you know, here's a guy who can't even get on the field and not getting any snaps with the Lions, and then goes over to a Super Bowl champion, and they put him in position to be successful. And so there's people out there now, you know, even listening to this podcast, who you're at work and you're not performing to the level that you should be in your marriage and, you know, your relationships and things, and your system is broken, right? There's a system, and one of the things that we talked about last week, guys, was routine, and E talked about his system, right? And so there's a reason that E keeps piling up win after win after win. There's a reason Josh wins on a consistent basis, Carl, because they have a system that works for them. They have a system that they've figured out from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep. They've put a proper system in place. Now, if the system is broken, is it possible for you to be sweet in a bad system? I guess, but it's not possible to win a Super Bowl. It's not possible to win championships with a broken system. So you can be as sweet as you want, but if your system at home is broken and your kids wilding out and your wife and your husband going crazy, whatever the situation is, you'll never, I don't believe you'll ever reach that ultimate level. And so it's about fixing the system, getting in the right system from top to bottom. Like, yo, you got to think of something. The Patriots and the Spurs been dominating for like 20 years. Like, I'm thinking back to when the Patriots first started their dynasty, right? Like, give me the names, Josh. Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, Richard Seymour, Harrison. Like, these guys are let me tell you something. Harrison is commentating on TV, been on TV forever, ain't played a down in forever. Vrabel just took over the head coaching job of the Texans. Like, these guys are, like it seemed like they on to their next career and thriving in their next career, and the Patriots are still there kicking butt and taking names. And I'm like, wow, like, it has to be the system because you're replacing the parts in the system. And so I would ask you this, let me ask you guys this. This is a question, I didn't even think about this, but what's more important in a team or a collective, the actual system or the player? So like, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like,
oh, no question.
People always want to be, you want to be Jordan, but Jordan was in a broken system. It wasn't until Phil put the triangle around him that he actually won championships. And so, can you win in a broken system? And how do you fix your system, I guess, would be the better question.
Well, can you create a dynasty in a broken system is the question, John. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to win here or there, but can you create a legacy?
Yeah, see, I'll do a little twist on it, too, if you think of the Patriots, because it does feel like the Patriots been winning for about 35 years. That's what it feels like. That's not the reality, but that's what it feels like, the last 15 years or so. But if you're a sports fan, Belichick was fired from the Browns. And it's the system, the part of what makes the Patriots system so good is somehow you maintain this level of excellence as an underdog. So they bring on these players that no one else wants, and they have the attitude of an underdog. They always have a chip on their shoulders. They've created a system of a chip on their shoulders. So when you're talking about a Vrabel and a Harrison way back and all those guys, Harrison was a kind of a throw-in from the Charger days. Like, his best days were behind him. So he was a throw-in, and they got there with Belichick, who had a chip on his shoulder. He knew it wasn't him with the Browns. He knew he had something. So he had a chip. So they've somehow maintained. I think what's important is, and I would take 100 mediocre skilled people to work with that have insane drive than 10 people that are excellent workers that I have to push and pull to get to do something. And I
that's actually
system. And I think
that's a free recruiting advice for those of you out there looking to start a team and start a company. And, I agree with that. And I look at E, who, always operates as the underdog. And one of the things, Josh, while you're saying that, I didn't even think about that. But, like, as you're saying that, I'm thinking the ETA, like, we've always operated in that underdog role. Like, that's just, I think we take on the personality of our leader. And E always kind of had that, the high school dropout thing, the GED, the underdog card that he always played. And I think it works to our advantage in ETA. We scrappy, baby.
Absolutely. I want to make it, as practical as I can, because I know there's some people that are listening like, I don't work for ETA, you know what I'm saying, or I'm not with the Patriots, you know what I'm saying. I want to make it, as practical as I possibly can. I want to use a story. I was on a call yesterday, and there was a mother who was on the call, and her son. And again, I don't want to butcher, I don't use the word underdog because I'm playing, but school and me didn't really get along, so I don't want to butcher like the medical part of it, and it has somebody like, that's not right. But I know he has a tumor, and I'm not really sure in terms of cancer, what kind of cancer, what stage, but I know he's been through a lot, and he's 21 years old, and the tumor came back, and the doctor said to the mom the other day, the only way we can do this, and it's and it's still a slim chance, is we're gonna have to amputate his left leg. And the mother was on the call yesterday with us, and I'm talking about, she is a lady who's normally like pumped up, fired up, and I could feel her spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was kind of like not herself and kind of going in that space. And, and I said, look, I'm just gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? You have to make a decision, because you're telling me your son is like, I'm not getting my leg cut off. I'm 20-something years old. I want to date. I want to get married, and my self-image. And I explained to the mother, I was like, yo, I feel you. I feel what he's going through. I've never been through that before. So it's nothing I can tell him, but I can tell you as a mother, where he goes, has a lot to do with how you handle this situation. And I'm not saying you wrong for being nervous, you wrong but both of y'all can't be, you know what I'm saying? Like both of y'all can't be going through it. And I explained to her, I said, when Dee Dee got sick and I was in that hospital room and they were showing Dee Dee the legions. Now, mind you, I knew in Dee Dee's mind, her best friend from college who she stayed with has MS and she in a wheelchair, right? And the quality of her life is not, you know what I'm saying, it's not to be desired. And she'd had MS for about maybe 10 years from now. And I mean, no job, you know, again, she could be listening to this podcast, so I don't want to go there, but I know I know in Dee Dee's mind, she was thinking about her homegirl. And I said in my spirit, yo, E, you ain't got MS. You ain't got no legions on your brain. It don't make sense for you to take Dee Dee down that path. So listen to what I'm telling y'all. My wife is where she is today. She in Cali right now. She looking at the mountains. She got the vitamin D coming from the sun. She ain't in the winter because as her coach, as her husband, I made up in my mind, we gonna win this. We gonna win this. This ain't about to break us. My girl ain't about to be in no wheelchair. She ain't about to be blind. She ain't about to go through that. My girl is going to, whatever I need to do, I don't care what medication it is, I will study it. I don't care what diet is, I will study it. I told him on the marriage thing yesterday, some dude asked me, E.T., how you do it? Dee Dee, whatever. I said, bruh, we got MS. Dee Dee ain't got MS, we got MS. If something happened to Dee Dee, that affects me, bruh. If Dee Dee get in a wheelchair, that affect my life, bruh. My life gonna be different if Dee Dee in the wheelchair. If Dee Dee can't walk, if Dee Dee can't see, we sick. And what I'm telling y'all is, and I get on my kids about this all the time, and they think I'm trying to be mean. I ain't in ETA. I don't play for the Patriots. You better watch who you marry. You better watch who you date. You picking your all-star team right now. Right now. We ain't talking about Patriots. We talking about who you dating, who you marrying, who's your best friend. Who's your best friend? When you get sick, or when you having a negative mindset, or when you going through life and you thinking about buying something you can't afford, who on your squad? Is the person next to you saying, yeah, girl, buy that car. You can't afford it. Or are they saying, yo, you need to save your money? So I'm saying, let's not make it deep. The person that you are marrying, the person you married to, the person that you call business partner, the person that you work with every day and you decide to connect with at your job, that's your Belichick, that's your Phil Jackson, that's your Michael Jordan, that's your Scottie Pippen. So I was very critical on who I chose as a wife. And I'm here today because of Dee Dee. Then I chose, after my first run as a motivational speaker, I put C on as a CEO. So no, I'm not with Belichick. I'm not with Phil Jackson. But the day-to-day decisions I get to make, then I got Carl. Now we got Josh. And you feel me? Like, yo, the people that I decide to put on my squad is going to make the difference if I'm going to be a champion or not. So let's not make this deep. I'm telling you, I'm not bragging. But Dee Dee is in California because I made a decision that we're not going to do the Winners no more in Detroit. Bottom line, I made a decision. And then I did what I had to do from a professional standpoint, making sure that I don't decline, but I keep getting better, and that every presentation is...
Yeah, no, I got you. But let me ask you a question, though. What if you get drafted by the Lions?
Let me say this, see, if you get drafted by the Lions, you still have the opportunity to, and I say this because, and I don't want my friends who tripping on me, to be like, so you calling us the Lions? You know what I'm saying? But the crew I was with before, that was the crew I had, see? That was the crew I had. So I couldn't complain about it. And guess what I did, though? I became the best speaker that you could be. Now, I'm not going to say my boys became the best branders. I'm not going to say my boy. So then what happens is I became the best that I could be. And guess what? My boy Van Noy, he was with the Lions, and guess what? He just kept working on his craft, and Belichick called. I just kept working on my craft. That I just came the best speaker, and then when I left Huntsville and came to Lansing, and I hooked up with C, then C took me but C didn't have to make me a great speaker. So I'm just saying, before I met C, I operated at the highest level I could operate. And I believe because I did that, what the universe did was bless me with CJ. The universe would bless me with somebody that's like me. So wherever you are right now, don't be complaining about it. Don't trip on it. Don't look around. I'm with the Lions. Play like you with the Patriots. And I'm telling you, if you play like you with the Patriots, I don't know how life happens, but one day you're going to wake up, and you're going to have your CJ. And then you're going to wake up, and Josh came in. I'm telling you, I got a letter that I'm about to send out to the staff right now. Josh don't know it, but the last year he been with us, I've been listening. And it's been taking me a minute to transition, but I've been hearing what he been saying on E. You don't know how to run a business, bro. You running a ministry. That's not how you run a business. You gotta run. And so I just like, yo, give me time. Give me time to transition. So before Josh got here, I was the best motivational speaker I could be, not the best businessman. And then because God knew in my heart that I wanted to be a better businessman, he brought Josh. And Josh had to take me where I was. And I'm sure Josh was like, yo, E, I don't really know. Like, I know why you doing what you're doing, but bro, I'm telling you, that's not the best thing to do. And guess what happened? Eventually, in a year from the time that Josh has been here, watch the changes I make from today going forward. So I'm just saying, see, the hand you get, you got to play that hand. And I believe, in my experience, if you play it right, another hand will come to you at some point.
Yeah, E, I just want to say, just off that, the beautiful thing about America, that most people that are listening to this podcast where they live, and most people live in a free country outside of America, it's the ultimate free agent marketplace. So you can complain about your team for a little while, but you can't. I mean, I've met people that still complain about things that happened to them 10 or 15 years ago, and I'm not saying change business partners or obviously change marriages. I've been married to my high school sweetheart for 15 years. So I'm not saying that you just go and find a new team all the time, because guess what? You may be the system. It may not be everyone else around you if you look deep enough. But there is no reason to have anything more than a down day, a down week. Outside of health, there's really no excuses in America to stay down outside of you've just been beat down so many times you just give up.
Yeah. And even with health though, Josh, you have somebody in your family, and I don't want to put your business on the street, but you have somebody in your family that has MS that's running marathons.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? So, you feel me? So, even with health, there's people who healthy, they ain't running a marathon. And I was going off on a group of men the other day because they were talking about, as speakers, the different challenges they face. I said, bro, the number 7 or 8, or what I think maybe anywhere between 5 to 10 best motivational speakers in the world ain't got no arms or legs, Josh. I'm talking about my man killing the game, Josh. He killing the game. He ain't got no arms and legs. So he hasn't even used the fact that he don't have no arms and legs as an excuse. He's got a beautiful wife. He's got beautiful children. So he hadn't used his health as a, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't used it as a crutch. And if anybody could be able to use it as a crutch, he should be able to use it. And he's using it as a story. So all I'm saying, C, is, yo, for real, you make choices every day, and don't sit there and say, you not blowing up because of some big thing. No, it's the who are you hanging with, especially your friends. You could pick your friends. You might have already messed up with your spouse. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying. I'm saying, like Josh said, you can't necessarily go back and be like, this ain't the one. I want to switch this
you
one
can.
up. Like, I don't necessarily.
You can.
Well, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that theory. I believe, like Josh said, you fix that. You know what I'm saying? You told this person, to death do you part. You know what I'm saying? I meant that. So you fix that. But I'm just saying, there's no excuse.
Or I get sick of you. You forgot the amendment that I said under my breath. The death do us part, or I get sick of your ass.
I didn't hear that part. Yeah. So we can move on, see. But I mean,
slight adjust. No. Here's the thing, because I'm listening to you guys talk, and I'm just soaking it up. I'm taking notes on my phone. So we always hear, it's not about the cards you're dealt, it's the hand you play, how you play your hand, right? And so I'm thinking, in my mind, what you guys are saying is, yes, in one case, you can be a great player in a bad system, right? And you got a good system that could have bad players. But I think what you're saying with the Patriots and what you're looking at ultimately is having both, right? Like, that's when you become a dynasty, is when not only do you have a great hand, you know how to play that hand great. And that's what ultimate success looks like. So for those people out there, is it possible to win in a broken system? Yes, but not to that ultimate level. So it sounds like you're saying, yo, when you get to a point where you're hitting on all cylinders, right? You got the right system, you got the right peer group, you got the right team, you got the right family, you got all these things, and you're the right person. That's when the euphoric feeling of, just legend,
Unbelievable, see. Everything. See, when you said that, you missed. I got the right neighbors, see. I just feel like because I've been doing the right thing, see. I even got the right neighbors.
You talking about Carl
I'm just saying. I'm Carl in there. Carl
I thought you were talking about Mike because he cut your grass, but then I was like, oh yeah, Carl, your neighbor too.
And let me tell you this, Carl knows, like, it ain't even on no grass stuff, bruh. we just complement each other. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even just grass, bro. You look at Carl got 2 kids, Eric and Mike got 2 kids. They playing with bro. I'm telling you, it's other kids.
Mike's spoiling y'all over there, man.
Oh, I'm talking about big time.
But I'm just saying, when you win, Gronkowski could get hurt, and the next dude just step up. Like when you create a system,
ain't that crazy?
And that's why I'm saying. I'm just saying, your number one guy get hurt, and then you take it to a whole nother level. So I'm just trying to explain to people. This is all I'm saying, Josh. Stop looking for the system first and making that the excuse. I'm saying become the player that Bill Belichick gonna want to recruit. You know what I'm saying? Become the guy, become the lady that the coaches or the organization is gonna say, yo, we want my man right there. I did a gig here in Temecula, and I'm gonna try to at some point maybe have my mom on, because my mom was like, yo, son, I've been knowing you, quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never seen you do that before. What you did was magical. And the company called and said, like, yo, we have never had a speaker in the 12 years that we've been in existence. We've never heard anybody do that. Nobody has ever moved our people in the way you moved them. And it's what you said. See, I'm not faking it as an underdog. But when I get up there, I realize, like, yo, if I do this right, Didi is gonna never have to go back to work again. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I can't assume, because I had a good 2017, that we just gonna live like this for the rest of our lives. Like, yo, I gotta keep winning, and I gotta keep producing. And I just think that's where people go wrong. They looking for the Bulls, they looking for the Lakers, they looking for the Patriots, and looking to get on a good team, not necessarily be a good team.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think of, stay on this Patriots thing one more. I think of kind of 3 things with them as we've kind of talked around it that makes their system. And I think it's hunger. It's all the guys that were throwaways or new guys to the NFL. It's experience. They always have enough experienced guys on their team to coach and kind of get those guys in line of the Patriots way. And then they have trust in their coaching staff to put them in positions to win. And so with those 3 things, I think that's their system, is they bring in new players that are hungry or throwaways from other teams. So those guys just want to get after it and prove they belong in the league. Then they always have the Mike Vrabels. They always have those guys. They've always got a James Harrison. Seems like they have a 45-year-old defensive end playing like Lawrence Taylor every time they make a run.
No question.
Yeah, that makes a play.
Bro, 45 years old. No question.
And then they have complete trust.
Hey, what's his name? Mike Strahan said, and I was just like, after the game, he was, they were doing their little commentary, and he said, man, for the Patriots, it's like Groundhog's Day. He's like, it's Groundhog's Day for them, and that thing just stuck with me. Wasn't Gronk out last year as well? Was it last year or the year before he was out?
I think Gronk was out
probably last year. Yeah, it was
out last year again. So he was just like, yo, nothing that they're facing, and that's exactly the line he said. He's like, yo, nothing that they're facing is new. It's the championship is Groundhog's Day. Nothing is new. Like their star player was out last year. As a matter of fact, they started the season last year without Brady and still went, what was it, like 4-1 or something like that, or 3-1? So back to it, like it's Groundhog's Day. They've gotten to the point where, like you said, Josh, those 3 factors all playing, and it's Groundhog's Day now. It's routine now. So
Carl, here's
insane.
The beautiful thing about their system, though, is it's not all sunshine and roses. That's the thing that people that people want to think.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of stuff that happens in that building that there's players that don't like each other. There's personal struggles away from them. Everyone looks at it and they think that they have this thing dialed in. That's the part of of a team or business that people always forget, is it's not as pretty as it looks when you win. It never is. And people forget about the stuff behind the scenes that have to happen. But when it's time to play the game, when it's time to lace up and it's time to go, they're all dialed in. But they have plenty of challenges to get them ready to get to that point. There's a whole system around the system that gets them ready for that Sunday to shine. But without that, they've got marital problems. They're humans. They've got a lot of stuff that goes on in that. No one ever thinks about that. Those are 20, 21-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that is definitely one of those things, man, that if you can implement that and start to learn that and start to get those small wins, because that's what the one thing I'm listening and I'm just thinking about the people who, for real, like, them people who they like Charlie Brown. It's like the cloud only follows them. It's like rains right on them. And they got that feeling. And I'm like, wow, like the Patriots have the exact opposite. it's like no matter what moves they make, it seems like things always break in their direction. And when we say, and when you said I can't explain it, but winners win and losers lose, I'm thinking like, yo, the people with the Charlie Brown thing is like, okay, how do I get to that level? Just start getting some small wins, man. Like, stop looking for the big home run. Like, you want the private plane or like the sweet marriage. Like, just get you a couple little small wins and start to build that momentum, because I promise you, I don't know if it's perception or reality, but it seems like people who are winning just keep winning. Like, for real, it seems like, oh, okay, already the best speaker, already this, and then he goes to the hotel and they like, oh, let's get him 6 nights free. It's like, it's like, whoa, winning starts to produce like this crazy energy. And I don't know how you would explain it from your standpoint just to where you are, because me and Carl still stand at the Dirty Santa Inn, but you stand at the Ritz-Carlton. I mean, like, it's Carl, like compound interest for you at this point.
Hey, Carl, I told you, Carl, you could let CTs in play, but you stay with me where I stay. Don't let that boy drag you into that.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to see. Me and Carl ain't been blessed the same way, but I mean, no, I'm teasing. But like, I mean it. But like, once you get to winning, it's like he like walk down the street and find $500 on the street. I'm like, what? Like, you the last person that need it, and there's somebody who broke right now, and they could have used that 500. But like, it happens to you. And so it's like this crazy way the universe, once you start winning, and it almost seems unfair because it's like, wow, the rich get richer. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, the Patriots winning again. Like, if it's like a fan base that don't need a ring right now, it's the Patriots. Like, y'all good. Get a Lions one. Doggone it. Like, Tom Brady about to have 6. Like, we don't have one in our whole history. And it's like, I don't know. I can't explain it, I guess.
You know what, though? Here's I just want to help people, with a little small thing that came to my mind when you said that. I don't know if it's going to help them or not. But I remember we went, I don't know if we lost the first round of the playoffs. I think we probably the Lions made it to the playoffs, and then we lost the first game. I think maybe, was it the Cowboys we lost to? I don't remember, but we lost it was the Cowboys. So we lost our first game, right? So then the Patriots, always, have a winning season. And I remember that summer, what's my man's name? Y'all got to help me because my mind is gone. But what's our quarterback name?
Stafford.
What's our quarterback, see? Stafford. I remember Stafford saying in the newspaper, he didn't feel like he needed help. Because they were like, on this, we're going to get you like whoever was supposed to be like Manning's quarterback, Peyton Manning, quarterback coach, they was going to bless my man with him. And he literally said in the paper, like, yo, I know the adjustments I need to make. I'm good. I don't need no quarterback coach. And I was like, interesting. Interesting. You don't need a quarterback coach? I'm like, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? And it is interesting that you would say it publicly in front of people, especially in front of your fans. And then I look at Brady, and his wife said yesterday, he is insane. She said, it's crazy. His work ethic is crazy. It's like it's like he's not won a Super Bowl, see? It's like he has amnesia. And he starts over every year like he ain't never won one before. And he goes into this little rant and just like, I gotta win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta win. And I'm saying, that's the difference. There go the difference right there. The difference is a dude who's good and he's getting paid like a Tom Brady. I think he might have got a better contract than Tom Brady. And in his mind, see, that contract, the fact that he made it to the league, the fact that he's one of the premier quarterbacks in the NFL makes him say, I don't need no quarterback coach. I'm good. I just need to make a couple of adjustments. Whereas a Tom Brady is saying, yo, I need all the help I can get because I want to keep winning. And I think that's the difference. See, some of us taste a bit of success and we feel like we've arrived. Like, we there. Like, we don't got nothing else. We don't have nothing to do. Whereas me, see, I'm trying to do everything I did when I first started, and I'm trying to do some new stuff. So I'm still going to the schools. I still help with GED, and there's some people, they thing is like, yo, I don't do that no more. I made it. I've arrived. I don't have to do that no more. Like, that's the stuff I did when I first started. I'm still getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like I made it to some place and now I'm like, I'm here. And I think that's what a lot of people do wrong. You think that this is about some destination. This is about getting to a place and taking your shoes off and chilling, when this is not a destination. It's not. You never make it to greatness. You never make it to phenomenon. You wake up every day and pursue being phenomenal. And to me, I just think that's the one thing. And so the reason why I'm gonna find $500 is because I'm doing everything I gotta do to still find $5. And C said, he can call me what he want, but he said, yo, E's so cheap, he won't buy a $2 muffin, whatever, because in the back of my mind, see, I'm still on that, what I was on when I first started this journey, bruh.
Yeah, and I think, Brady, of course, it goes without saying, what was it, 199th pick? Yeah, so some people are able to stay with that. And I see some people, man, I'll be honest, that's why I can't even stand the NBA anymore, because a lot of these dudes, man, you see them get contracts and they like, they got a Kardashian and a mink coat, and it's like you don't even see him again. I'm like, wow, it's unbelievable. I think one of the keys is definitely trying to keep that edge, keep that chip, and keep that hunger. And if you want to keep that edge, that chip, and that hunger, try Organifi, man. It'll do you right. All right. Man, listen, finally, feel more fit, have a better digestion, and boost your total body health. You can replace a meal or drink Organifi Complete Protein as a high-protein, nutritious snack. Listen, it's filling and satisfying, tastes delicious. Also, a well-balanced meal that helps support digestion health and saves you time, all right? You guys heard us talk about it. I'm starting to get on the other products now. I'm on the protein, which has been amazing. I know we got the red juice going, we got the green juice, and it's just been a huge help, man. And I'm serious about my health this year, guys. Like, I've been getting serious, and I know E's serious with the vegan thing. I'm not sure I'm quite ready to go there, but I am ready. I am ready to raise it up a notch, man. And you need that. That support for your immune system, man. And Organifi does that for me, and I know it could do it for you. So ORGANIFI, Organifi.com, promo code success, man. And shout out to Eric, who sent me a picture out in Cali, who sent me a picture of all his Organifi stuff, man, and said he feels better, giving him some more energy.
I was with E last night, yeah.
Oh, you were? Oh, okay, good.
With E last night, yeah.
Great. Shout out to E, man, just a phenomenal BU member. All right, E, you called me yesterday. I want to make sure we get to this because you called me yesterday and you were going off last night. I don't remember exactly what you were talking about, but you wanted to bring the conversation to the podcast. So, you had you had a interesting day, to say the least. So why don't you tell us about that and see if we can shed some light on that.
A pack of gazelles. I ain't never seen a pack of gazelles. See, I saw a pack of gazelles.
I heard of gazelles.
Gazelles. Oh, man, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. Okay, y'all put your seatbelts on. You're pissed, okay? Pissed off. And I that's not a cuss word in America, but I heard in Australia it is.
That was so funny. They were so shocked he was saying pissed in Australia.
And I didn't know what was wrong. They kept looking at me like, I didn't know you cursed. I was like, what'd I say? They say pissed. I was like, oh, that ain't cussing in America. Man, let me tell you something. I'm so hurt. And the reason why I'm hurt is because, I've made it my life's work to help people get from point A to point B to point C, and I used to think, if I could just give them the plan, the secret to success. And I'm starting to realize that this ain't about the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, the plan is what it is, but it's about the person you are. And a lot of y'all, y'all gotta fix yourselves, man. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Like, y'all immature. You're not ready. Like, I don't know if you really know what it means to be, successful. So get to Cali and, bro, I gotta give y'all a backdrop real quick. For those of you who don't know, but my wife, she, for whatever reason, she don't listen to me a lot, but when it comes to her hair, she kind of like, takes my cue, right? So I love the power, the power cut. That's just my thing. So my girl, like,
explain the power cut though, for the people who don't.
Right. What is the power cut?
Yeah. So like if you look at Halle Berry wears power cut.
I just wanted to see.
Halle Berry, it's the short, it's the short haircut. You know what I'm saying? It's the power cut. And you'll see a lot of women who are, in like Dr. Curry was in power positions, and they meeting and they on the move, right? And they don't necessarily have time to, just do their hair every day. So they cut it short, but it's the sweet power look, right? So my girl, like, that's what you want, cool. But the problem with the power cut is when we on the road like we are right now, for probably about 3 months, really off and on, she does not have access to her stylist, which is her cousin. You know what I'm saying? And so Didi like, look, on a couple of these trips, I need to get braids. Because with the braids, I can move and shake. And I ain't really a braid dude, but I'm like, hey, I feel you. You don't want to get up. We got this conference, then we got the BU meetup, then we in schools, and it's a lot to do your hair. So I'm like, bet, we go, we in Cali. We in Cali. Cali big time. So I know we going to be able to get, the hair thing going. So I make a phone call, in my BU community. Shout out to the BU fam. And we get somebody that's like, we got somebody for you that's fire. I'm like, bet, right? So our first challenge, we go in the hood, we go on Crenshaw, get the hair, get the hair, have a phenomenal
Not on
experience,
Crenshaw.
right?
Y'all was at the swap meet?
Yeah. It was at Crenshaw. They got a nice little, area on Crenshaw
the Slauson swap meet.
Yeah, you feel me? So I get in there, man. We get the hair, great experience, come out. And unfortunately, the hairstylist, she told me 7:30, see? She gets there at 8:30, okay? All right, now here's what I'm tripping on the millennial. Like, I ain't tripping on the 8:30, but I'm tripping on not getting this text at 7 or 7:30 saying I'm not gonna be there to 8:30, right? But we're gonna leave that alone. So by the time she gets there, she comes up, right? I'm like, yo, Didi tired, bruh. I'm talking about Didi is exhausted because it's really 11:30. And so Didi like, yo, I'm not sure how you gonna start at 8:30 and be out of here anytime soon, right? So she gets the hair and she like, it's the wrong hair. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I ain't mad at you. Okay, it's the wrong hair. We done wasted a day. So we gotta go back to Crenshaw, which is not next door to where we staying at the hotel. No problem. We go.
Oh, they ain't got a Ritz-Carlton in Crenshaw for sure.
Well, they working on it, see? And so we get the hair, I come back, I FaceTime her, whatever. She wasn't answering her phone. So she finally answers her phone, she looks at it like, that's right. I was like, bet. So boom. So the next day, she like, don't even worry about it, all right? Since I know where the hotel is, whatever, I'm gonna get there early. I'm like, bet. So it's 7 o'clock, nothing, see? 7:30, nothing, see? I'm like, okay.
Well, early is relative, E. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, hey.
Early evening.
If you didn't get there at 8, right, if you didn't get there at 8:30 before and you say you're gonna get there early, I'm thinking at least 8:20, 8:29, right? So 8, nothing. I text her, nothing. 8:30, nothing. 9 o'clock, see? She texts back and says, oh, my battery on my phone died. I love the millennials, Josh. I love them, Josh. My battery died. And I'm saying, okay, bet your battery died. Where are you? Because your battery died, but you headed here. I'm at home. I had to go get some I had to go grocery shopping.
Well, she got to eat now.
It's 9 o'clock, see? So see, I'm like, yo, I can't believe it's 9 o'clock. It's too late, bro. You gonna get here at 9:30. It's way too late. So I just canceled it. Like, forget it. So then I make another phone call. Somebody's like, yo, homegirl got you. So we get to Temecula now. This young lady comes, right? She spent 5 hours doing my girl's hair, 5 hours. Now there's this thing called dipping. I ain't gonna really get into it, but there's a process that when you do, the braid, you have to do the hot water and then you dip. I'm not gonna get into the whole 9, but the young lady told Didi, I forgot to bring my equipment for the dipping. I'm thinking, yo, you're charging $200 and you ain't got your equipment? Like, unbelievable.
You dip, I dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip.
On my hip. I'm saying, see. So Josh, I'm hurt now, Josh. And the reason why I'm hurt
Josh ain't understood a word you said since you talked about the break.
That's why I'm coming to Josh.
Josh is my other side of the family. We don't do this just Slauson swap meet break.
Hey, I'm over here Googling the system.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming to Josh.
Josh is like dip. What is that, in a pool?
Yeah, Josh, I was so hurt because how do you come to a opportunity, Josh, without your tools, Josh? That's what I'm hurt about. Like, this what you do professionally, Josh. This what you do.
A plumber show up at your crib without a wrench. Like, my bad, shoot.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought I was going to be able to use your plunger.
You came without your equipment, and if you would have done your homework, and I'm not bragging, but if you'd have done your homework, you would have known who hair you were doing, and you would have known the opportunities that could have possibly come from this one opportunity. So I'm like, yo, you ain't even do your homework, and you got there, you ain't got your tools. So now, Josh, I'm upset because you don't have what you need, and guess who got to go do it, Josh? So I ain't no stylist. I'm a motivational speaker. You know what I'm saying? Now my girl, like, I'm gonna need you to head to Target or Walmart, and I'm like,
you got to go pick up the dip equipment?
Bruh, I gotta go get the dip equipment because homegirl ain't got the dip equipment.
Wait
Let me ask you this, E.
Right.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this, E. Who keeps it at the end of this? Who keeps the equipment at the end of this ordeal?
Oh, come on. We did this podcast already with the shoes. I'm taking that joker back when we finish.
Hey, but at least she gave you, what she give you, a 60% discount? How much did she give you off because she forgot the dip equipment? How much was the discount?
So Josh,
how much was the discount?
So I don't get upset. I'm saying, bro, she wanted all her money. See, she wanted all her money.
She didn't want the whole thing after she forgot the equipment.
And the dip.
How much was the dip equipment?
About $45.
Oh, and she couldn't even discount the $45?
So Josh, I'm hurt. I just spoke for an hour and a half. I just took they had the VIP, so it took me an hour to do all the VIP pictures. It took me another hour to sign. We sold out of books. So I had to sign every single book. So you're talking about, it took me at least 3.5 hours. So when I get back upstairs, my mom there, my dad there, you got Ashante there, Steve there, you know what I'm saying, L there. So I'm thinking, I'm coming back, I'm about to get arrested. So now my girl got an attitude, like, and I'm not mad at her. She ain't mad at me, but she like, yo, if we don't get the equipment, so bro, I promise you, it took me a minute to get the equipment. By the time I got back, see, she was so heated that she laid down. So you got to do it right after. Carl know what I'm talking about. You got to do it immediately after, bro. Immediately after you braid. So she spent 5 hours sitting there. We didn't do the process, bro. Carl saw the picture. I wish I could show the picture. She'd kill me if I showed the picture.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, I seen it.
She took a nap because she was so mad. She was so mad, Josh, when she
I liked it personally. I don't know what I was missing.
No, you liked it. No, I'm gonna tell you what you liked. You didn't see this part.
Oh, okay.
When she woke up, a third of the work that the girl did, the braids, Josh, it unraveled because she didn't do the dipping process.
That's crazy.
Oh, on the late dip.
I'm talking about the late dip when you dip. So you dip, see, and I didn't dip when you dip, see? You dipped, but I didn't dip when you dipped. I dipped after you dipped.
Oh, no
so
doubt.
Didn't work, see? Oh, see, she was so upset. So now I gotta go get the stuff. Didi got an attitude, right? So I'm talking about, she got an attitude to the point where she just went to sleep. And then she gonna have the nerve to tell me yesterday, she's like, we was at the casino for 2.5 nights, we ain't do nothing. I said, we didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing because you had an attitude, and I didn't think you wanted to do nothing, so I ain't say nothing to you. So Didi woke up the next day, I'm so proud of her. She woke up the next day like nothing happened, and what you saw, see, is when Didi redid her hair. So she had to do every single braid over again. And then, so we did it together, right? And so then I had to do the dipping piece with her, and that took us about, I'm saying for real, 3 to 5 hours, right? And so I'm like, see, this is unbelievable. So Didi was like, nope, I don't like it. Now I saw it, see, I was like, I'm loving it, but she was like, the hair itself, she didn't like it. And so of course, when we got back to LA, guess what I gotta do? Just before I go
You
speak,
dip by dip, we dip.
Unbraided.
Re-dip.
Yeah,
I know.
No,
you dip by dip, re-dip.
We passed re-dip. Now we got to take the hair out. See? So I had to unbraid. I had to take it all out. See?
By we, who you mean we?
Me. I had to take it out. Me. You know what I'm saying? I had to take it
That's
out.
how. That's how he stay humble, y'all.
Bro, I had to take it out, see, because I'm like, so she upset. So we sit down, we taking it out.
Get Twisted Sundays featuring Eric Thomas and Didi.
I'm talking about
Untwisted Sundays.
Now I know why Toad want to get twisted. I feel it now. I understand the twisting process. But I'm just saying, Josh, I had to do her work for her. I didn't get a check, Josh. She messed up my evening, Josh. We on some other stuff. Instead of us spending time downtown LA, we undoing hair. And it's just like, yo, this is what upsets me about this generation. They talk about what they want. And then when they get the opportunity, see? I don't know, but it's like they don't want to work, bruh. It's like they want the money, they want the lifestyle, they want the stuff. but they don't want to put in the grind. And I'm thinking, I ain't gonna lie to you. That first girl, I could tell she knew what she was doing. Her problem was she wasn't good with time. The second one, she probably knew what she was doing, but she didn't bring her equipment. So I'm just telling y'all, like, don't show up to a gunfight with a knife, y'all. And that's what this generation is doing. Like y'all getting opportunities, and that's why I'm pissed. You are getting opportunities. But guess what? So we look at Mike. Mike cut my grass. Before I knew it, Carl, and am I lying? I think Mike hit my grass and Carl's grass. And I'm talking about knocked it out the park. Before I knew it, he was doing everybody in the neighborhood, bro. Then we get a church with 16 acres. Guess who's doing the grass? Guess who's doing the grass?
Mike.
You see what I'm saying? You feel me? So and then now who's doing the snow? Somebody in his family is doing our snow. You feel me? So it's like he had an opportunity and he nailed it, and that ain't even his full-time job. And so I'm just saying these kids they don't even have jobs, Josh. They're not even doing nothing. And the one break they get, they not 120 in it, and then they want to get upset. They want to get mad, or so-and-so doing better than me, or why this person living like this, and why I don't have that. And so, man, I'm just frustrated because it's like, I still had to pay you, and like you said, your dignity should have said, you know what? Don't even worry about the $200. I messed up. I ain't bring my equipment, and this is the last thing. I'm gonna get off this soapbox. She told Didi the reason. Didi was like, why you in a rush? She's like, because I got to go deliver pizza so I can make some money.
So
I'm like, wow.
We obviously own a company where we have millennials that make up 95% of our sales team. So we have a company where that's the makeup of what we do. And the thing about it is it's interesting because everyone wants more. They want more money. They want more freedom. They want more of the fun stuff. But the problem with a lot of people, and I think millennials get the rap of the people of this, but it is that they can't manage. People can't manage themselves. So they want to make millions. Yeah. They want to manage other people. They want a title. They want all the sexy stuff that comes with it, but they can't. They have a hard time managing themselves. And so if you can't get yourself going, if you can't get yourself up and in a good routine, you can't get to that next level. But I do believe that part of it is there's just so much information and so much opportunity out there in the world, especially for millennials. It's an instant generation that you can always find another opportunity, whether it's a real opportunity or not. You can always find someone to give you a career opportunity. You can always find somebody something to do. And so they're always half in and half out. And I believe that's a society problem we have, is people are always half in and half out of their opportunities right now.
Well, yeah, and Josh, I think the social media and all of that has something to do with it, is what E and I talked about, because you can kind of, like, I don't even know if they're as fascinated with living the life as they are with showing that they can live parts of the life. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard. And this is, I'm 35, right? So I'm not trying to sound like I'm just super old, but like, we didn't have social media and we didn't see people like flying planes and doing all, like, we were literally just caught up in like the dream and what we had in front of us. There wasn't even like a ton of things you could be doing. So to your point, Josh, like, we got locked in on one thing and we took care of it as if it was our only opportunity. Whereas, like you said, these kids now, they looking around and their friends got jobs and they freelance and they doing this, they doing that. I'm a photographer, I'm doing this. I got this company, that company, I can go work here. And so because you're just looking around at everything, it's hard for you to nail in and commit to one thing. You know what I mean?
CJ, so it was like 2 weeks ago, there was a buddy of mine from high school that I saw on his social media, and I've seen him in and out of every opportunity since high school. I know exactly where he lives. I could drive to his front door, and I see him on social media, and he's got him getting off a private plane, and his pictures are incredible. It looks like his plane. It feels like his plane. Wow. I know what car he's driving to his house, but he's doing it in the name of marketing. He's not doing it in the name of anything else other than marketing.
Right.
He's in the name of marketing.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking at it going, there are some people that if you don't know him, you couldn't tell the difference between the real entrepreneur and the wantrepreneur, and you would think this guy has it going on. And someone's going to end up giving him money. Probably people that don't have any money to give him are going to give him the money. And he's doing it for the sake of it's a commercial. And there's a time and place for marketing. There's a time and place for how you how you take your product out there. But man, that social media has created a whole different rules of engagement where there are no rules of engagement. It's all attention. And if you can grab that attention, you win.
And I just got to believe it's something about if you 22 years old and you get to fly on, a private jet, or you get to go to somebody's mansion and you taking pictures and doing all that, and you getting the comments and the likes for it. You're getting validation. The validation, if that's what you're seeking, you're getting that without putting the work in. So then you constantly seek that instead of the real thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think
perfect sense.
Yeah, I think people think you can deposit likes.
Right.
I think that's where, you don't have social media. I can't tell you since now that I've been on the podcast how many times people reach out to me through my Instagram. And if you follow my Instagram, it's a family Instagram. It's a family Instagram. And they'll reach out and say, you could take your brand to the next level. And I'm going, what brand are you trying to help me take to the next level? You think I can deposit likes. And I can't deposit. I've never been able to send my mortgage company my Instagram photos and say, don't worry, everybody loves me and thinks I'm great. Or, hey, I need a $100,000 investment. Here's how many people liked my LinkedIn post last week. It doesn't work that way. So there's this reality and there's this perception that goes on that social media creates. And I like social media. I have no problem with it. A major part of our company is social media, obviously. But I see these people that stand up and say, hey, one-time offer, I'm going to give you a $10,000 scholarship for free to learn my secrets of blah, 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 blah. $10,000 of what? What value are you giving for $10,000? Who named that price? What do you mean $10,000? Who said an hour or two of your time's worth $10,000? You don't know any, you can't.
The private plane I just got off.
And here's the thing. How about this? If I come and take your time, your scholarship, and I don't succeed, will you give me $10,000?
In likes, yes.
Yeah, in likes. Yep, there you go. And that's my problem.
And that's the thing, Josh.
Like
I didn't even want to go there, but you about to you about to wind me up now, and I'm telling you, man, I'm not saying we perfect, but we are genuine, and a lot of these people y'all listening to, man, the formula Josh is talking about, they killing y'all with that formula, and it's not real. I actually, y'all know I don't even go on social media like that, and I got on E's Twitter the other day just to tweet, and let me read it verbatim, because I was just like, yo, I'm so tired of it, man. And people send it to me all the time. And I'm looking at them like, who do you think you are? But I literally tweeted out the other day, I said, just because it looks real doesn't mean it is. I just tweeted that because I was like, yo, all these people sending me stuff and they, looking like they big time. I'm like, come on, man. And you trying to get people to buy into something that's not real. That's why I think what we're doing is so dope, because we created a community where you can literally come in and be around us and see everything that we see. Like, there is no fakeness to it. Like, for real, I think we go purposely probably the other way to not try to big up that stuff, because we're trying to show you that you can be a regular person and get to it at a high level, and it's not about, the average person, like, for real, you're just flying private planes all over the place. That's not even real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that even mean? Like, we're trying to show you how to get to it, how to be a better human being, how to make more money for your family, all of these things, but they show you this facade and they get you geeked up, and it's actually hollow. There's nothing actually there once you get to it. And so people have been doing it for a while, which is why I don't complain about it. I'm not a person who's going to be hating on nobody else and trying to tell you, oh, don't do that because they're doing this. We just try to build up our platform in a genuine way that you can really be a part of something, that you can really learn the skills and that you need to take yourself to the next level for real.
But see, here's just one last point. Here's the crazy part, E, about your story, is very easily there could have been a picture of E and Dee Dee with this hairdresser that's on social media now, said just did Eric Thomas's wife's hair, and everyone thinks it went great. No one even knows the backstory.
Right.
That's the crazy part. You have to be careful when you start to believe what you see on social media. And again, we are a social media brand. We definitely use it, like it, and it has been an incredible thing for our brand. But you have to be very careful, because you can go crazy with the opportunities or the perception of what the opportunities and how easy things can look out in the world. And I do believe social media has a major part to play in that.
Yep.
Now, E, did you take any photos? Did you take any photos? Yeah, I just want to make sure.
I'm saying it was my wife, so of course I couldn't take any, but the ones that she sent to you guys. But to your point, see, you know, the Ritz, you know, some of the other opportunities I've had, you don't see that. And when I put my stuff up, I don't put my stuff up for me. I put my stuff up with the intent, you know, to educate and put people in a position where they can make their dreams become a reality. Because, and I'm not saying, you know, there's some people who showboat and they've earned the right to showboat. I'm just saying, I'm talking to the group that you haven't earned the right and you're taking pictures and you're trying to, it's a lie. You're trying, and it's one thing, and C said it, it's a fine line between marketing and lying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's a fine line. And I think that's a couple podcasts ago, you know, but I don't have the need, C, to share my life with people, good or bad. I share lessons so I can help people to get from one place to the next. And this generation has to do a better job of not just wanting the opportunity, because for real, I'm just being honest. I lost some time with my wife, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about doing her hair. I was excited about that, actually, to helping twist her hair and doing all that other stuff. It's intimacy. Like, that challenge really created an intimate moment for us. So I'm not tripping on that, but I'm tripping that you have to go and sell pizza and you don't get it. You only have to sell pizza. And look, I gave my wife a lump sum of money to pay this girl. And my wife said she showed her the money and put it in her purse and like, I'm not giving you a dime extra because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. And my thing is, I don't know how much you was gonna get for pizza, but the fact that you took care of my wife while we were in between states, and you're gonna put me in a place where my wife's gonna get her hair done, and I love the hair, like I like the way the hair looked, you know, but you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and so now you gotta go do pizza. And you shouldn't have to do pizza because you have a craft. But why have a craft if you're not gonna give it 120%? That's all. That's why I'm frustrated, bro. It's like, you're gonna be the main person coming to me now, need money. You're gonna need a loan to get in school or a loan to buy a car. You're gonna come to me asking for a loan when you have a craft that could make you an ATM machine, but you don't get it.
Yep. Nope. Anybody else got anything to add before we jump into Ask E.T.?
Yeah, just real quick, what he just said, like, I mean, three things. One, a gift, like you have it. Like, I still believe that everybody has something. I don't care what it is. I told y'all before in a podcast, I saw a girl doing jump rope at a Pistons halftime game, like literally a halftime show. She was doing jump rope. And when I tell y'all, killed it. But she had a gift that she perfected and used it. And then the second part of it is the need. You know, there is a need out there for your gift. So whatever it is that you got, I'm saying, spend the time just researching, you know, figuring out who you are, what your special gift is, because you have one. CJ, what's the book? CJ, Your Secret Superpower. You have one, but you're not spending the time to do it. Earl Nightingale had a quote that said, if you spend an extra hour each day of study in any chosen field, that you'd become a national expert in 5 years or less. An hour every day. So I'm just saying, you have it, the need exists, and then we got to spend time, number 3, of bridging the gap between your gift and the need. How do we monetize that? How can we leverage it? How can we use that to get, you know what I mean? Instead of chasing pizza and hair and all that, how can we use the one gift to literally meet the needs that you have? Bottom line. Yeah. That's it. Use the one gift that you have to meet the needs. I'm saying bridge that gap. Like, you got the gift, you see the need, study the need, and now you bring those two together. And I'm telling y'all, hey, Josh, can I start a $10,000 little campaign with that? There go my formula, y'all. Just give me $10,000 and y'all gonna get everything else. But I'm acting silly, but seriously, that's what it boils down to. All the people that y'all know, you go back to the Tom Brady's, the Michael Jordan, whatever, it's a gift that they're harnessed, you know what I mean? They put I'm talking about full immersion. You know what I'm saying? No turning back. This is it. Tom Brady still, like we talk about, Denzel still got an acting coach. All that, like full immersion. The need, they found the need, and they not exploited it in a bad way, but they leveraged it, you know what I'm saying, and put it together. And now we know their names, and we will forever know, you know, these names that we're talking about. So yeah, that's my 3-piece nugget, y'all.
Love it. Hey, Carl giving the nugget of the day. You ready for that trip? Carl, ready for that trip. Real quick, man, I want to tell you guys about Game Changers. Some of you have been emailing quite a bit and asking us about our speaker training. Well, we haven't really opened it up to the public until now. But we are rocking and rolling, man, and we are certifying quite a few people, man, who are coming in and getting Eric Thomas certified as a speaker and taking their careers to the next level as a speaker. Listen, man, we built this program and it's been incredible, all right? For the first time ever, we're teaching some of E's like most valuable principles, right? And there's 7 P's that we use: purpose, plan, principle, platform, product, price, and profit. All right, to train you how to become an impactful speaker, one that can go out in the world and command checks for whatever it is, whether you want to be a motivational speaker, whether you want to be a corporate trainer or just be a better, communicator at work, whatever it is. We're helping people go to that next level. You see people like Inky Johnson, Jeremy, these guys out there just doing their thing, man, and a list of other speakers that have come in the program and been certified. And so we would love for you to join us, all right? Quarterly workshops with us. We got a workshop actually coming up real soon with our Game Changers, bi-weekly mastermind calls, bi-weekly group coaching calls, exclusive access to the ETA Speakers Manual, evaluation of your current branding, logo, and websites, video, and more. So if you are out there and you're listening to us, man, and you're in the speaking industry, whether you're, doing well and making 10,000, 20,000 per engagement, or whether you just started and people told you, man, you got a gift, you should consider doing this professionally. We're here to help. So we would love for you to join us. Go to etinspires.com/game changers. All right. And come see what we're doing. Come see what we're about. We got a meetup coming up soon. Also, you guys get access to events, things of that nature. So we would love to have you in Game Changers. All right. Let's jump.
Hey, see, let me give a shorter link. Just etagamechangers.com. That's the easiest. We just created that easy link so they could
Yep. And of course, you get access to all the Breathe University content, 2 VIP tickets, and then, the opportunity to become an ETA certified speaker. It is an incredible program. We always have a blast. I mean, people you're actually speaking for E, in front of E. Like our Game Changers have all spoken in front of E, got personal feedback from E, myself, and many of them have been certified now, and you can go see the list of the certified speakers. So shout out to all our Game Changers who are just killing it right now. Proud of you guys and look forward to you becoming a part of the team. All right, we got some. Yes.
The Dirty Santa don't have a soundtrack. They don't have a soundtrack in
the Dirty Santa, we got, it's like the music is not even, really there. You know what I'm saying? It's more of just like a monotone, like blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's definitely no classical Beethoven or Mozart, whatever you're listening to back there. Real quick, all right, we got some questions built up in the queue for Josh. So here we go. All right. Thank you for all the work you do. I'm such a huge fan of the podcast. I have 2 questions. I'm working with an entrepreneur in Massachusetts who's been doing relatively well. She recently bought a building that will be a storefront. I want to help her elevate her business. So she wants to help her friend elevate her business and has offered to help on the marketing side. Josh, she said, should I establish a commission base for any new clients I bring in? And what are the best strategies for promoting her business? So, Josh, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. So anytime you're starting, depending on where the business is, commission-based is always better. So I'm a big fan of commission-based. So commission-based, working out an agreement that you both are excited about and that moves the business forward the way you need to move it forward. But, marketing is hugely important. And if you are paying off the results and not off the time, both sides win. So as long as you can get the results, I would go off a commission base.
All right. And the second part, what is the best strategies for promoting this type of business and event planning business? I would say start where you are. Right? Like, so find out the market in whatever community you're in and literally start right where you're at. Like if you are, let's say in Atlanta, if there are events, that are needing to be planned, I tell people, depending on what level you're at, start planning birthday parties, start planning, friends' retirement parties, start planning things that are right in your area, in your neck of the woods. And then what happens is that word of mouth builds, right? Like this is a business event planning where if you throw a great event and people come, chances are that person's going to need an event planned, right? Like we all have things going on, whether it's birthday parties. I told a young lady when we were in Newark, guys, remember I was telling her, like, just start where you're at. Like, plan your friend's birthday party and put a card on the table and say, this event was planned by. Like, make sure it's beautiful in there. Make sure everybody has a great time. The music is right. The mood is right. It smells good, looks good, food's good, everything. And watch people say, hey, how can I get you to plan my event? So start where you are. Anytime you're marketing a business, don't look at the broad picture, you know, the huge scope. Start right where you're at in your own little neck of the woods and start planning events and go to that next level. Josh, this gentleman says, I am building a team for my business slowly, and I only have one friend with me right now. How do I make sure that the way I treat the business also rubs off on people on my team? I don't want to force and micromanage, yet I want them to have the same commitment that I do.
Yeah, if you're starting a business, I'm a big believer. If you're starting, you have a friend that they are tied to the business in more ways than just their compensation, and so you can tie them to longer term equity if it's the right thing. But if you're just getting going and you have a friend and you want to do it, they're just going to follow your lead at the start of a business. They're going to completely follow your example and your lead. And if you show your heart in the business, they'll either grow up or they'll grow out of the business. So as you grow up and grow that business, they're either going to grow up with you or they're just going to grow out of the business. So as you bring on more people, and if those people have more skills or are more bought in over time, they'll either come along for that ride or they'll just grow out of the business and disappear.
Love it. Kevin in New Jersey said, Josh, you have had multiple businesses that has been successful in different industries. What skill set do you most attribute to your business success across multiple industries?
Probably the number one is probably I've learned to have business feel. And so what that means is with business, I can tell, one, if the business is gonna be able to have a chance at success. None of us in business are guaranteed any sort of success. So have a chance at success. And then also with that feel, I've been able to recruit the right pieces into the business off of, to piggyback off the last question, bring in the right pieces to the business that have helped accelerate that. So on my own, I can't do a lot, but with the right team, we can accomplish a lot.
Love it. Hannah said, hey, Josh, my business is growing and I could really use an influx of cash. When is the proper time, if ever, to consider taking a loan? Right. Also, I'm open.
Influx of cash. We can all use that.
Also, I'm open to going to investors, but don't want to give up a huge chunk of my company. I will be in Miami for Take Control, but this question couldn't wait.
Yeah, I mean, every business, really, there's never. I shouldn't say, but there's very rarely terrible businesses. But what there usually is a lack of a runway. So you don't have a long enough runway. The time and effort it's going to take you to get the business off the ground and be successful. So you haven't given yourself the proper runway, which is time, or you haven't accounted for how much cash it's going to take for you to get to that win. So people run out of cash along the way. Now, the bottom line is, it's funny. I've had people come to me and say, hey, I brokered a deal with someone. I took out a loan from them. They charged me a ton of money and a ton of interest, and I feel like I got taken. And you know what? The amount of interest you get charged is depending on the situation you're in. Someone that pays 20% interest for a bridge loan, but it got them through a hard time in their business, maybe the best 20% they ever paid. And the flip turn is someone that takes 20% interest where it swallows their business up and they get into debt where they can't ever pay it back is the worst 20%. So part of what you take from a money and that standpoint is what your business can tolerate. And that's on you as the business owner to know your numbers, know your cycle times, know where your cash flows in and out of the business, and to be able to see that. But I always tell people, bootstrap as long as you possibly can. I don't think it's ever a good strategy. There's this thing in the business world now where saying how much you've done in sales, everyone thinks that's how much money you make. And so,
what do you mean by that?
Well, there's top line revenue and there's bottom line, right? You have your top line and you have your bottom line. And your top line is how much money you do in business. So to say, hey, we do $10 million in business. I was part of a company a while ago where it was the strategy. The strategy was to run a top line company. So it was requiring money every month into it. We were at one point doing $60 million in sales and we weren't turning a profit because you have to reinvest that money to scale to support that $60 million in sales. So everyone wants to talk about all this money, the top line number. But if you can bootstrap it, somehow in America, it's gotten to the point where it's not very cool or very sexy to run a good, profitable company. I don't know where we ever hit that point, but running a good traditional business that's just kicking off profits month after month after month, that's still the golden age of business. The golden age of business is not the unicorn. It's not to raise to $1 billion in sales and acquisition. Everyone thinks that the business model and business strategy today is run as fast as you can and get acquired. That's not, in my opinion, that's not the strategy. The strategy is to build a great business. And if someone came along and acquired it because you can leave them something better and they can take it and do better with it than where you had it, then that's one thing. But you never build a business to have it acquired, or else you will do shortcuts along the way that will hurt that business if you're stuck holding your own baby.
Okay, cool. I got a longer question real quick, but I think you should help this guy out. He said, hey, ET, hope all is well. I really appreciate you guys. Day one podcast listener. I'm writing you because I'm lost and I was hoping you guys could possibly help me with some type of direction. I just hit 31 in age, married with 4 kids in a pretty small town in West Virginia, pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, and I feel like time is just passing me by and I can't seem to get any traction in life. I want so much more from my family and they deserve it. I'm 31 and I still have no solid answer of what I want to do for the rest of my life. I'm always on the go and feel like I have no time for anything. I used to love writing music. I sing. I'm interested in real estate, business as well. But again, I can't get any traction on anything. I'm just lost, sir. I have my wife and 4 kids depending on me and looking to me for leadership and guidance, but I'm lost as well. And it's very discouraging. Very discouraging. I feel horrible. There's so much I could talk about and ask you guys, and I apologize for the long email, but I felt like I had to take a chance. Thanks again for all you do. I know that was long,
join,
but
breathe you. He needs join, breathe you, see? He needs join, breathe you. Bottom line, he needs to get in a community of people, one, that he can use as a sounding board. This is not a 30-second answer. Like, he needs to be in a community where he can get support. He needs to be in a community where he'll be held accountable, so yeah, just being honest. You can go back and listen to 100 podcasts and you're not gonna hear ET say that, but I honestly feel like he needs to get on the Patriots, bruh, bottom line, you know what I'm saying? And our community is phenomenal. I'm not talking about me, but there are other songwriters, there are other people who are married, there are other people who have children, there are other people, I think about YB, he sound like YB to me, and somebody who didn't know how to put the pieces together and got in this community, and now he's traveling, doing his own tour, and is very clear on, I think, see, you work with him specifically, but very clear on, yeah, you could do a million things, but we're not interested in that. This is the one thing you need to do. So honestly, bro, whatever the lowest
energy, is, man, energy. Like I got sad reading it, bro. Like, and I'm not the dude that's just like, oh, speak it into existence. Like that, I mean, I believe it, but that's not my thing. But it's like, yo, you beating yourself down and you keep telling yourself these self-defeating things, man, and you turning into Charlie Brown with that cloud. And it's like, it's not real, bro. Start getting you some small wins. So when we say join, breathe you, it's not like, oh, join and, all your problems gonna be fixed immediately. But for real, man, you need that energy. I figured out, y'all, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, that's why on the Stay Ready tour, I named the squad the energy team. Most people are struggling in life. They just don't have no energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at people who struggling like my man, like, yo, you need some energy, bro, some positive energy. That energy can take you out of a dark place, man. And so, as E said, man, get yourself around some beasts, man, some people who doing well. That's why I said, if nothing else, that's probably the proudest thing that, in terms of our career that we've been able to do, man, is just create a network. Like, it's not even about us so much. Now, we lead calls and stuff like that, but the people and how they take care of each other, the meetups, things of that nature, it's just incredible, man. They won't let you be in that funk. You know what I mean? Like, they'll literally bring you right out of that funk. So, and E, didn't you have a meetup in Cali? Did you?
Oh, man. Fire, see. It was about 38, 40 of us last night, California. I think it's called California Pizza. And they had a nice little area. They put us outside. I think we've been there before. And man, we got a chance to improv. I did like a 15-minute presentation. We addressed questions. It was Mary's birthday. Eric brought red velvet cupcakes from his company to celebrate with us and her. So we celebrated her birthday, gave her a shout out. We all took group pictures, single pic. Man, it was just like you said, energy, it was just love. And a few people came up to me and was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been a part of programs before, and some of the programs were very healthy, but none of them were family, a community. It was like, like an online thing where you kind of by yourself filling out, the information and watching videos. It was like, yo, we don't have to pay extra and we just hanging out with you, just eating with you. And I'm saying the same thing, Carl, like, yo, y'all believed in us enough to join? You know what I'm saying? Like, like we just started this. Y'all believed in us enough to put, your money where your mouth is, to make it an investment. And then you guys, man, somebody flew from Seattle. Somebody flew from Phoenix. Another dude, I don't remember where he flew from, but it was far. It was people who flew. See, Isaiah and Virginia drove, it's at least 4 hours from Phoenix to eat and turn back around. Like, bro, I was just like, it was people on the West Coast that was like, yo, this is the closest we're gonna get to you. So we wanted to come. Guy was from Portland. He was turning right back around. He had a 9 o'clock flight. We finished eating at 6 something. He was like, yo, I gotta get out of here. I got a flight.
Wow.
And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I just flew in for this. And I'm just like, yo, this is unbelievable. So yeah, man, I just can't believe what we've created. I can't believe the family atmosphere. I can't, after
That's
a while,
the piece
I was
for me.
scared. Yeah, I was scared though, Carl, because I was like, okay, we get so many people gonna be manipulative. We're gonna end up getting some evil people in here. We're gonna end up, and bruh, it's been the opposite. We've literally attracted who we are.
Do you remember San Diego? I don't know if you remember what we did in I think it was the same restaurant, of course, different place.
It was.
But there was two ladies that was sitting kind of in a booth.
Oh, yeah.
And they came to us after yo, who are you guys? What is going on? Is it a family reunion? What is happening? Can y'all just hug us too? They're and back to what you talked about, see, the energy. The energy we just had greeting each other as a BU family, not community, not none of that. I'm talking about as a family. I'm talking about two random strangers, just yo, whatever y'all got, we want to be a part of this right here. Because it's y'all just hugging, talking. Go ahead, my bad.
It was like, Carl, you know how when we travel and when the events is over and we in a major city, and you see those guys break dancing or doing a little thing and everybody coming around. It was, like you said, it was like that last night. You thought we was a break dance crew or something. Because there was people coming just because there was a glass divider and people would come up to the glass and just looking, they were staring. What are y'all doing? Who are y'all? Because like you said, that positive energy and that love was just all in the place, man. It was just, yeah, man, I had a blast. And here's for me, Carl, this was the first meetup, and I know it had a lot to do with my growth, but this was the first meetup where we weren't talking about what are we going to do this year. The Latina school district that I'm working for, Eric was like, yo, I'll go in there and do some culinary art stuff with him. Everybody else was like, yo, we'll teach him how to do videography, or we'll teach them how to become photographers or whatever. And they was like, yo, when you come back to the school system next time, call me. Isaiah was like, yo, I'll drive from Phoenix if you give me enough time. So when we go into the school district, it was a movement this time. They was like, yo, when you come back, we're going to the schools with you. When you come back, we're going to do this. We're going to bring cakes. We're going to bring this. We're going to do this. And I'm just like, yo, it's a movement now. It's not even on last year was more on, Eric, how can I help me with my goals and my dreams? What can you tell me to me and my marriage? It wasn't on that, bro. We wasn't on that. They was on yo, what can we do to take this movement, not only help you with the Nobel Prize, they were like, yo, what can we do in the school districts to help you? And there was a couple teachers there that was like, yo, I ain't trying to be funny, but what can we do next time you come to LA Unified? What can you do to come to our school? And so, man, I just left there so pumped, man. I almost ran home, man. And I'm talking about ran through the wall, bro.
BreatheUniversity.com, y'all. Last one, Carl, I don't even know, you sent this to me. I don't know, I didn't get a name on this, but we just wanted to weigh in on the fair file from the past week about the husband who has set a reminder to tell his wife that she was beautiful, and particularly how CJ said he felt about it. I know that he said it was fair, but how can he, how can he call that fair But he felt felt some way about his wife sending him calendar reminders about the gas and the lunch dates. Fair foul that CJ seems a little hypocritical in this way. P.S. Y'all know I love the podcast. Keep it up.
She called you.
Do we have a name on that?
I'll find you. Hold on.
Yeah, find the name.
Go through my email.
So am I fair or foul for saying that it was fair for my buddy setting reminders, but not fair for my wife sending me reminders?
Is it fair that he's taking old podcasts and remembering old podcasts?
Unbelievable.
And measuring them.
I'm a new man since that last podcast. Like, I've grown so much.
Ariana. It's Ariana. And yeah.
Okay, so Ariana, let me tell you something. No, I'm not hypocritical, because let me explain to you the difference. My buddy could not remember ever to tell his wife that she was beautiful. So he had to set the calendar reminders. I got my wife gas 862 weeks straight. I forgot 1 week and the calendar reminders started popping up. So I'm saying you foul for the question, because it's not an apples to apples comparison. This is apples to oranges, okay? I'm nowhere near hypocritical. And, but no, for real, no, thanks for listening. And
Hey, shout out to Erica, Carl. Erica called Didi and shouted out Didi for saying we was wrong, for saying it was okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. So women's movement is strong.
Oh, no, trust me, I don't want no problems. Look, I'm not sending, I don't need any reminders. I'm getting gas. I'm telling my wife she's beautiful. I'm going all the way in. I'm trying to be great in 2018. So,
2018.
Yeah, no, all right, cool. Well, yeah, that's all I got. Y'all got anything else I'm forgetting? Miami, take control. Josh will be there. Josh, what are you excited about teaching the people? Josh has been going off, y'all. If y'all don't know, Josh been snapping at these take control and people business, going to the next level. Just financially increasing, going to that next level. Josh, what are you excited to teach the people in Miami?
Yeah, it's not even so much teach. I love to sit and answer their questions, and each business is its own animal, it's its own life form. Every business is different. There are definitely principles that apply to every business, but I love the question and answer format, and that we have to sit there and answer these questions on the fly from people and give them. I enjoy the pressure of giving them advice that if they take it, they can turn their business fortunes around or take their business to the next level. So I enjoy just hearing all the different stories of different businesses out there.
Which business, Josh, if I'm listening to you right now, which business owner, which type of business situation would you say, you're most excited about coming to the event? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of different business people, but like which person are you, or which group are you most excited to kind of give, your wealth of knowledge to?
Yeah, it's those business owners, entrepreneurs that one of two things. One, they're excited about getting something going and they're trying to do probably their first 7 figures of revenue. So they're trying to figure out, how do I get this thing to $1 million mark from the revenue standpoint? And how do I build a team to support that? And then also those entrepreneurs that they may be making a lot of money and they may be doing well, but they're dying inside. They may have a business that they don't like. They may be stuck or have some challenges in their businesses, that they may be making some money, but they're not happy, and they're trying to find a way to get happy in running their business. And those are two that I really enjoy eating.
Yep, Miami. So Miami, February 4th, and then Atlanta, February 10th. Take control. So come out and, and go to that next level with us. I think cruise in March, that's coming up.
Yes, talk about that.
That's right here, bro.
I'm like, wow, that's coming up. Tay called me yesterday to schedule the flights to take the babies back home. But I'm definitely ready for that. Do they got Wi-Fi on the cruise? I'm asking for a friend.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Asking for a friend.
I think they do, actually. I think in certain parts they do, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, that's it for me. Josh, appreciate you jumping on today, man. Always a pleasure having you. E, can you get us out of here? Hey, go to iTunes and leave us that review, please. I know we haven't asked in a while, but for those of you who are new listeners, maybe just rocking with us, shout out to everybody who's already done it. But you guys want to see us climb the charts, right? We don't want to look like bums and be in last place on the iTunes charts. So if you guys rock with us and want to see us win, man, go leave us a review, leave us, 5-star whatever it is. And yeah, we would greatly appreciate that. Leave a comment too. We read the comments. Speaking of which, somebody emailed in and was like, yo, where's the negative feedback? I got the negative feedback log. I have it. I was gonna do it today, but Josh was on. And I want to make sure, maybe I'll do it when Carl gets back from his vacation, because I don't want to ruin Carl's vacation, because there's a couple nasty ones in there for him. And,
now, that might be the best time to do it. See, I might be able to bounce back faster.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all, he said it. We're human too, doggone it. We got feelings. I don't like looking in there talking and seeing y'all talk. Why does CJ keep interrupting? Okay, I get it. I talk a lot. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm a little overbearing sometimes, but you don't have to tell me about myself, but we'll read that soon, man. And in all seriousness, guys, thanks for listening. Love you. E, hit us with that negative of the day so we can get busy.
Hey, guys, one day starts today. All right, real simple. One day starts today. You know, so all of these dreams, one day I'm gonna be a millionaire. You know, one day I'm gonna get my degree. You know, one day I'm gonna be on top of the world. One day, E, I'm gonna take your spot. Well, one day starts today, right? You can't keep talking about, you know, one day, you know, and romanticize about one day. Like, you got to get up today, you know what I'm saying, and grind today, or one day is never going to happen, right? So, like I tell you, I welcome you. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for you. We keeping it sweet for you at the top. We doing a podcast to help you, not to hurt you. You know, but at the end of the day, you can listen to this podcast as much as you like. You can get motivated. You can get pumped up listening to it. But at some point, man, you got to grind. You know, at some point, you got to work. You know, at some point, you gotta stop talking about it and be about it. So remember, one day starts today. And so the sooner you start, the sooner you'll be able to have that one day experience. It's your boy, E.T.
Hey, appreciate y'all for listening, man. Love you. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your